What are some ways you can make extra money on the side that isn't a scam or illegal? If you play an instrument well, you might be able to play for a nursing home. They typically schedule multiple musicians every week. Glamorous and a path to fame it is not. However, the residents enjoy it, and they usually only play 1 hour during lunch or dinner. Most make between $75 to $125. That's not bad for an hour of work. I ghostwrite for blogs. It pays anywhere from $10.50 to $50 per piece when purchased, depending on the length and needs of the customer. Freelancer major skill you have: painting, home design or improvement, photography, videography, fashion or style, gardening, pet care, etc. Universities and colleges often advertise for participants for studies that they are doing. You can make easy money by spending an hour or so answering some questions. On a related note, you know when you get a receipt for purchase from a retailer or gas station or grocery store, and it says complete this survey for a chance to win X dollars? Yeah, do those surveys. I've won $1,000 in grocery store gift cards and $100 of free gas. If you're a lady, there's a lot of authentic, safe, and anonymous sites where you can sell your used panties. If you're cool with that sort of thing, I guess. Seriously, you need to be interested in whatever it is. For instance, if you like shopping, you can buy things at thrift stores and sell on eBay, but you need to know a lot about what you're selling and buying. Go on Kijiji and search focus group or paid research study. If you already work full time, these things are a very low time commitment and require zero planning or thought. You just show up, give your opinion and leave. I have one on Tuesday. 75 minutes for a $100 Visa gift card. Not me but my friend. He bought fidget spinners in bulk back when they were really popular and sold them. Apparently made over $200 because of the high demand. You can sell blood, it doesn't even have to be yours. I maintain websites and write newsletters for religious organizations and congregations. I bill 15 hours a month to 40 hours a month at $20 to $22 per hour. I lend my body to medical science. Students examine me for $20 to $50 per hour. I put in about 3 hours per week on average. I'm on call for highways no plowing. I have plowed twice since the contract started in early November, but I get paid to be on call. If I stay home the whole week, I still get $400. Sometimes I moonlight as a medium distance trucker for $180 a day. I get an average of 2 shifts per week. I pray it doesn't snow those days. So far so good. Average weekly income is just over $1,000 and I spend a lot of time at home. There are transcription services where you get paid to transcribe audio files or videos. I think it averages out to about $15 an hour depending on which company you go through, but the files are usually only a few minutes long. A kid in my area did a genius thing. He bought a can of glow-in-the-dark or reflective paint, white, and a can of black. He also made the stencils for the number 029. He went door to door and told people if they didn't mind he was going to paint their house number on the curb for better visibility and was doing it for no charge, but you can choose to tip if you want. Of course everyone tips the kid like $20 because we all know what a pain it is to find a house in the dark. Takes 5 minutes per house. The whole street has numbers on curbs now. Brilliant kid, that kid. I repair iPhone screens, batteries etc and work on people's computers. I can make between $40 to $120 per hour on some jobs doing fairly easy jobs that older people or people that are just too busy can't or don't want to do. I'm 17 so that money goes towards my post-secondary savings, and when my paycheck at my part-time job is lower than expected, the side gig makes up for that. Scrap metal. You can get anywhere from a few cents to a couple dollars a pound based on the type of stuff you try to sell. You have to find a good reputable place too, otherwise you get ripped off, but generally if you look around you could find somewhere. My dad did this almost all my life from maybe time I was around 9 to 10 up until he passed away a couple years ago. Having gone with him for some of those, I can tell you firsthand you can come in there with junk and leave with a good couple hundred. Plus taking it apart if need be can be a good way to eat up time. The good stuff last I was there were brass, aluminum, good for those cans of soda or beer, cat food cans, and so on. Even motors out of old washers, fridges, dryers did fairly well. It was some rewarding labor when you're out of high school with no job, like I was my first couple years, and while attending trade school. Amazon Flex, Deliveroo, Fiverr, Foursquare, Freelancer, a bunch of WFH gig and freelancer sites. The best and most reliable method is a proper second job. The gig sites and flex working economy will wear you down and f*** you over, especially as a second job. If you live in a snowy area, advertise shoveling driveways. People rarely judge, and it's easy money if you get some people who consistently need it. Sell your hobbies. Computers, fix em, drawing, commission, love pets, walk em, monetize what you love to do. Mowing lawns and plowing snow is another way if a bunch of old guys live in your neighborhood. Babysitting too, but only if you're a girl, apparently. Cause I guess guys can never be good with kids. Make wooden signs with white girl phrases printed on them. Sell the signs. Live laugh love. $100. If you have a month you can get really good at the Roblox scripting language Lua. Some of the best games are in the 7 digits with profits and decent games usually can get into the high 4 digits. I once did dog poop removal to raise some money to help replace some tools and bikes I had stolen from my shed. Startup cost was low, posted to Craigslist, got a few clients, cut and run after a few months when I made enough and decided it was time to hang it up. I used to go to the local outdoor gun range and collect the brass people left behind, then take what I've collected to the scrapyard. Nowadays the only stuff there is spent .22s and steel. A lot more people are reloading rifle rounds, and pistol rounds probably get brought to the scrapyard by other people. Another thing I used to do is sell crabs to bait shops. I used to work on a lobster boat, and at the dock there were always a shitload of crabs. I'd set a trap in the morning one day, empty it out, and rebait it after work, then bring what I had to people I know that fished for stuff that like live crabs. I'd sell a 5-gallon bucket full for $20, which worked out well for both parties, because I paid nothing to get the crabs, and they're getting 5 times the bait for the same amount of money they'd spend at a bait shop. I like to bake, and people really enjoy my muffins, especially blueberry. I'll take orders at work, no more than 10 dozen, and usually make $100 in profit for under 3 hours of work. Research studies. Not just ones at universities. I've never done one of those, but you can Google consumer research studies in your area and sign up with different firms that conduct them. I did one where I used 12 different body washes in a month, then gave feedback and got paid $325. One where I sat in a room with 8 other people for an hour and gave feedback about an app that was being developed for $200, etc. Extreme couponing. My mom used to do it. Our house was filled with shit we didn't need, so she'd sell all the stuff she got from couponing. It's actually a good side job. All you gotta do is look in newspapers for coupons, and when you have a ton, buy a bunch of stuff and then sell it to people on Facebook for a low price. Get people to support a Patreon or stream donations. I've never bothered, but there's people out there that have nothing of value to add to humanity and have supporters somehow. Many flowers and ornamental grasses are easily grown from seed, even in a small backyard. You can sell potted seedlings to your neighbors, or contact local florists and offer cut or dried flowers for their bouquets. Just make sure to do your research. In some places, this requires special permits and inspections. A lot of plant cultivars are also protected as patents, and you can get in legal trouble for selling seeds that belong to someone else. Right now, I'm between jobs, so I clean my boyfriend's mom's house thoroughly a few times a week. Enough to pay for the cleaning stuff I use, and some extra cash. I actually love the rewarding feeling of cleaning. I'm thinking of actually doing this for extra cash for other people during busy times like holidays. Just simple side jobs like lawn work. Depending where you live, you can shovel driveways in the winter too. Don't charge ridiculous amounts and people will pay for it to be done if they're feeling lazy. If you do a good job, you get tons of return customers. My coworker transcribes YouTube audio during downtime at work and says he gets like $700 a month out of it. He works overnights though, so he has a lot of free time. Make sure to subscribe to our channel and hit the notification bell. Let us know your thoughts on this topic. See you soon.